Owners of Volkswagen Beetles, how do you feel knowing that when you drive your car, countless people punch each other for being the first to see it? What kind of punch car games does what country have? In the Netherlands we punch each other when we see a Twingo. I assume that the Beetle punch game is something American? Yep, kids around here say punch buggy, no punch back when you hit someone, but I think people also say slug bug or slugger bug, like a regional thing. A wake of violence follows my 2007 Silver Shoulder Bruiser. I haven't seen happy children in years. Also the dashboard is insanely huge, and it smells like crayons. Also someone stole my plastic flower. 7/10. Yes. I drove one for years and always told people it smelled like crayons. It's such a specific smell. I miss that car. Never heard of that one. We used to do yellow cars. Anything yellow we would punch. Then double numbers on license plates would be a punch and triple would be a kick. You've never heard of slug bug? Punch buggy, no punch backs. That's what I've always done. I never heard about this. Thank you. I was wandering in this thread and didn't see anyone weirded out by the question. I was like, WTF, why would people punch each other to see a fucking beetle? Heavy sigh. I can't do slug bugs without someone crying ow. That hurt. WTF, I barely even touched you, takes all the fun out of it. Rolling eyes face. I stopped playing it with my sister because she liked to wear rings. It's one of the reasons I got it. You sadist, smiley face. You just used an emoji on Reddit. You crazy son of a bitch. I take a joyride not for myself, but for the tradition, deeply satisfied. I got it painted neon green specifically so nobody will miss it. Did you know Slugbug was originally invented by Nazi-era Volkswagen in an effort to make American arms slightly less functional? All they managed to do was toughen up one arm of little brothers everywhere. I have no siblings and so I got into a violent altercation in elementary school when a kid decided to teach me that game with no warning. I hope you apologized and offered him a tasty Hertz donut. No, I just cried and didn't understand, but now that you mention it I would love to have a delicious, home-baked Hertz donut. Even worse if it's a yellow Volkswagen Beetle. I heard in Russia you have to dislocate their arm if someone sees one first. That's why my aunt always holidays in Russia. What the fuck? It was always funny to see it happen. Like sitting at a stoplight and the 12-ish-year-old girl slugging the crap out of maybe her older brother. You could see the gleam in her eyes as she punched him in the arm. I sold my bug several years back. I miss that car. Maybe they'll bring them back to the States in another 10 or so years. Unfortunately they actually cancelled production of the whole Beetle line as of last year, I believe. Yes, but I mean, think about it. It's a popular car. Surely they'll give it a new design and bring it back. Eventually. I used to drive a bug. Nothing gave me a greater sense of power than one time at a stoplight I saw one kid deliberately pound his friend in the arm. Few men know such power. As I drove off I laughed at the heavens. For a moment I was God, and my wrath was felt. I was God once. I saw. You were doing very well, until everyone died. I just wish I had given them hookers and blackjack. We do this with minis in my country. There aren't anywhere near enough Beetles here. What country? I have a Mini and a VW, so I could really enjoy myself there. Smiley face. I'm in the UK and have always played it as mini pinch and a punch for any car colored yellow. It makes my day. 1976 Beetle is my daily ride. Also, lots of peace signs and thumbs up. It's my happy place. Incredible. I drive by elementary schools on their recess when I'm feeling down and watch the chaos ensue. I had a buddy that would drive laps around the junior high in his fucking sadist LMFAO. I have a 10-year-old stepson who loves to punch my arm right between the shoulder and bicep, you know the spot, with his bony little knuckles on my bony little arm. He knows it pisses me off a little, but he does it anyway. Good thing I love him. Question: do owners of VW Beetles play punch bug? And who do they punch when they walk out of the house in the morning and see their car? Do they have to go back in and punch their or kids that punch themselves in the nads sauce? My imagination drove my first car, VW Super Beetle, past a bus stop. Saw a fist fight break out. I've seen that happen without a Beetle in sight. I've been driving Beetles on and off for almost 30 years. Honestly, it was much worse years ago. Now kids just look at it like it's a spaceship or something. It's just too old. VW. They are cars. Drive the hell out of them and rebuild them again. So you are referring to the punch bug game? I'd like to submit my own entry, the PT Bruiser game. Same concept, different car. Cruiser Bruiser. Combine it with Slug Bug, just say which one you're punching them for double the fun. Better yet, punch them every time you see a car. We no longer play this game. The Great Punch Buggy Truce was confirmed in 2011 and has yet to be broken by either nation. Since the dawn of the Punch Buggy War, when newer ones were worth 1 punch and originals were worth 5, to the final battle of that one dealership we drove by that had, like 20 old ones outside. The truce shall not be broken and must, for our kids' sake, be honored. I drove a lime green VW Bug for over a decade. There is nothing more satisfying than pulling up to a red light and seeing a kid beam the shit out of their sibling in the back seat. Related, we were extremely aggressive about our punch bug games while in my car. Something about calling punch bug while in a bug made the whole thing a lot more fun. We'd keep a running tally for weeks until someone forgot the totals and we had to start over. Also, kids just love Beetles anyway. I used to get so many comments and questions about my car, but my favorites were from little kids. God, I miss that car. Edit, another fun fact I'd forgotten. 2000 bugs had dashboards made of this plastic that smells identical to crayons when it gets warm. So after sitting in the sun all day it would smell like a box of Crayola. People would accuse me of leaving crayons in my car, but I eventually found out it was the dash. It was so charming and silly, I loved it. Nice. I drive a VW bus and it's quite the opposite. People wave at us or throw a peace sign. Growing up you got 2 punches if you spotted a buzz. A friend of mine had a bug 20 years ago. We were definitely cognizant of this fact. Always pointed it out when we noticed. It's mini punch, boxing glove, not so many sometimes, embarrassed smiley face. Driving next to a school is priceless, all the kids punching each other never fails to make me laugh. I had a vice principal who drove a Beetle. I knew she was evil but I never thought about it like that. Ha 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 ha, dumb kids punching each other each time I drive by. When I was in middle school, the school bus would drive by a used VW car lot. It was like Fight Club on wheels. I used to have a Beetle, and it was hilarious. Anytime you drove past kids, you'd always see one get excited and hit the others, never hard enough to injure or anything, just good light-hearted fun. Wait. We weren't supposed to slug each other as hard as possible? If there's no bruise, you lose. People that drive VW bugs just think it's normal for others to be abusing each other in the car. I have a 1972 Super Beetle and it's yellow. My favorite thing is when driving around and noticing all the people hitting their friends and loved ones because I'm rolling past. It's the little things in life.